Hello everyone and welcome back to the Plocast. Today we are here watching Andor Season 1, Episode 11, Daughter of Ferrix. Last episode was one of our favorites, Episode 10, One Way Out, with the breakout. A lot of good stuff last episode. We are really liking the show so far. We have 2 episodes left.
I know we saw both the increased security on Ferrix and the declining health of Marva. So I think we're going to jump right into that. My biggest question is Cassian. Is he going to come straight back to Ferrix? Which probably isn't a good idea. Or what? Because he just escaped prison.
Alright, let's do it. Wow, this is a throwback.
That was like episode 3, bro.
Yeah, that was the 3rd episode. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
ooh.
Yeah, I forgot they don't got no show.
He was with one other guy, right? Oh, is this Marva?
We'll save it for Cassian, okay? She would have wanted it that way.
Oh, no.
Oh, she passed away?
Dude, she died off camera?
Dang, they really cut her off camera, bro. Just like Admiral Akbar.
Oh, come on, man.
I'll have them clear.
That's actually really sad.
Don't want to be alone.
Oh, B2. I'm sorry, B2. Look how sad he is. He whimpered. That sucks, man. Cassian wasn't even here when it happened.
Rip in peace.
Oh my god. This is not how I expected this to start immediately. She wanted to fight, man. She wanted to, like... The whole town knew her, man. Whoa! Look at these guys.
Mine?
Oh! Yeah, this guy's dead. This other guy's dead. Oh my...
They're laughing.
Ew. Oh, what is that?
Net.
That's... Bro, it's like goo net.
Your ashes with mortar and local stone dust. Put your name on and fire it.
What?
Wow.
A block of Ferrix brick.
Bro.
That's kind of cool.
They find you.
You want to be a
Find you
brick?
wall. That's kind of cool. I like that. It's like their
I would
little
never want to be a
Ferrix
brick
thing.
in the wall. Oh.
Oh. Let's go. Oh, that's... Dude. Did you see the hand and the palm? That was the Mortis stuff.
Oh.
The brother and the sister and the father. That was their symbol. Like his was the fist and hers was like the palm and the...
Dude,
That's what
I did
that
not
is.
catch that at all.
That's definitely what that is.
Right, who's this jabroni, dude?
Right.
You're getting too much screen time.
Yeah. Bell guy.
You could stay.
Wants him to stay with him.
Oh, sleepover.
Slumber party. Oh, look how happy he is now. Well, he's not happy, but
Join me.
Is she crazy now? Does she have crazy brain? Maybe.
maybe.
Oh, she definitely do. Can't even walk
Oh.
down.
Take home.
Which one's Take Home again?
Yes.
The guy, I think.
Oh, yeah. That's the old
Trust
boyfriend.
He's like on the verge of tears, dude.
Ooh, my little daughter getting hubbied up.
He's gonna do it. Oh, dude, the face. That's so wild every time.
What if his son's like a cool guy? I don't get it. We don't even know the kid.
Dude, arranged marriages stink.
Indeed.
Indeed.
He's there? No, I'm in my
No, not you.
Where is Andor? Yes. Yes.
Well, he kind of got what he needed. The
Yeah.
funeral, and he might show up.
I love the miscommunication because they can't hear.
Yeah,
Where's
he said-
Andor? And he goes, yes.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Did he
Thought to
go
call
back
him. Oh,
to
hey,
the
this is back.
Misfits?
Yeah, this is where he was. Whatever happened to that girl he was with? Did she just like, well, he left me? Oh, not Nemec's journal.
Oh, that's what that was. I forgot what
Yeah,
that was.
Nemec's memoir. Or is it? Oh no, this
Oh, I
is
think it's
Saul's. This is
Yeah,
Saul's
we were here
place,
before.
Yeah, we were.
I'll do it.
Do what?
Spellhouse.
No, 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 no. Oh my god, he's been planning all this.
We help Charles.
No, you
All have to do is
can't.
tell us
Yeah, but now
why.
if Saul learns that
You were
he's
so eager for it.
yeah, ooh, Saul's
Yeah, they're
Saul's
telling
not gonna
him,
like that. He's not gonna like that.
Yeah.
Or you have someone inside that you are protecting.
or I'm just a very good listener.
He does have someone inside he's protecting.
What kind of game is this?
Got him. That's the kind of game it is.
I mean, I hate to agree with him, but he's right. That's the best way to do it.
30 men.
He's gotta, they have to go down.
The greater good.
For the greater good, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Call it war.
Oh,
There's
dude.
casualties and war. He's stealing money from her
I think so.
to buy his way to Ferrix.
That's wild. I think it's code in case they're being monitored. Yeah, they're talking about it like it's an item. Oh.
Luthen.
Uh-oh.
Dang, bruh.
Whoa! What?
That's not sneaky at all,
What?
dude.
We've never seen one of those before, have we?
I don't think.
You'll be standing by.
Is what you do.
Dang.
the tractor beam.
Is he gonna break out of it? Can you do that?
I don't know, he's stalling or something.
Countermeasures charge.
Just a little bit longer.
We can use the practice.
We can use the practice. Dang,
boarding and
bro.
Oh.
inspection.
Uh-oh.
What's he doing?
There's no way.
There's no way.
Think he can get away?
You think, dude? I really hope he doesn't.
What is that?
Whoa! Whoa! Dude! What?
Hey.
That's wild. He could just destroy the whole dish like that. Is that, maybe, do you think why they end up not using a big dish on the Death Star as a tractor beam?
Yeah, maybe there's new tech.
Because on the Death
But-
Star, there was no giant dish that did that. The giant dish was the laser.
Yeah. Isn't that a trailer?
Oh!
That's a trailer shot, right?
I think, maybe.
Why couldn't Han Solo, the greatest smuggler in the galaxy, get off of a tractor beam if there's technology to get away from?
Probably because it wouldn't work on that type. Because that's what I was saying, bro. There was a giant dish behind them on the Death Star. Where was it even coming from? They just
Well, it feels like-
whole planet-sized thing, like it.
They
sucking
could have
them
just
in.
not had that scene. They could have just made it not have him out and maneuver a tractor. I don't know.
Well, that's
I'll have
probably
to
why
think
there wasn't a
about
tractor beam like that on the Death Star. Because if they did that, then they could have destroyed it like that. Super sad.
it.
But is
But
he gonna tell him?
Mother's dead.
dang, no, I'm sad. He was only in jail for like a month or two, too.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah.
He's just gonna lie about it.
Might be.
Not enough.
He's got to tell people what's happening down there.
That's true. They gotta get the word out about that. That's
We need to
messed
split
up.
up like this.
Aw. Dude, why am I sad about him leaving this random guy that we barely... Why am I sad about this? Bro.
Gee.
Oh my god, dude.
He'll be staring out
He
at a
did that in
sunset
Rogue One.
later.
Yeah.
Except he's gonna die.
Wow, dude.
Nice somber spot to end
That was so sad.
Hey, Cassian, your mom's dead. Also, your buddy's leaving.
I mean, that's the right move, though. Alright, so... I don't even know what the biggest thing was, because I think it was just kind of a all over the place sort
Yeah.
of episode. My biggest thing from it was probably the Luthen Saw thing. I thought
Yeah.
that scene was really cool, because him knowing all that information and having, like, sacrificing somebody like that to Saul must look kind of, you know, strange. And like he was obviously, he was like, what did you do? Like, are you working for them? Are you against us? Like, what's going on? So the whole like tension and all that scene I thought was really cool. I also like the way that that Luthen like explained it all. He was like, if they know that we're onto them, they'll know I have an informant that we've been working for 6 years to get in his position. They'll know that we're onto them, and it'll just be a net loss, even though we're losing these people. So it was like 30 guys plus him. So, and like at the end, Saul like agreed with him, because I was thinking the whole time, like, isn't this basically Saul's whole, like, for the greater good, sacrifice whatever you need to kind of thing? We've seen that from him in the past.
Yeah, I almost forgot about that by the end.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
a
kinda
trend
in
with
front of
these.
the episode. Because you're right, that's kind of Saul's MO, is that win at all costs. And that's what he says. He's like, or Luthen's like, call it what you will. This is what's happening. You're in or out. And he's like, I'll call it war.
Right.
I'm sure there's casualties more. The thing I think is the like most weird thing about it is that he doesn't know.
No, he
like
doesn't.
It's not like Krigor saying, I'm gonna sacrifice my men. They're going in blind.
Yeah.
Luthen says he has nothing that can hurt me if he gets captured, and Saul's like, oh well, I guess I have stuff that can hurt you, so I guess I'm safe. But like to me, if I'm leading a militia and I'm relying on this guy and I see him backstabbing another militia leader, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, well, that's
red
kind
flag,
of how
let
he
me get out of
reacted
this
immediately. Yeah.
But then he kind of sees and he says, I guess I'm safe, so let's do what we gotta do. And I'd be interested too if Saul was ever in that. We know how Saul's storyline ends, but like if you're ever in that position where it's like, oh my goodness, I just went into a trap and my boss knew about it, would like they be okay knowing it's for the greater good? I don't know, but it's Luthen's not a guy to take that chance.
Right.
So, but yeah, I think it's in line with Saul to say yes to that, but I think just the whole thing around it is so like compelling. Like, it's such a difficult question to go around, but
that's what I like about it though, because it's not just like we're all good guys, we're all on the same side and we're gonna stop the Empire. Even within the rebellion, there's like groups against each other. And what you're saying, that's exactly how Saul was feeling at the start. He was like, what, so if I was in that position, would that happen to me? Would you leave me out to dry? Would you just like let them capture me, let them kill me? Once Luthen explained it, Saul was just like, I mean, yeah, I guess it's not the ideal way and I don't really like it because I could be in that position, but if we do go through and do the job, we'll also die and it just won't be good. And if they warn him and pull him out, then that ruins their whole effort at large. You'll have Krigor alive and his 30 dudes, but ultimately you could lose like the informant, you could lose like the advantage you have in the Empire because they think that they're, like he said, they think they're invincible because they figured this out or whatever. So I think ultimately it's unfortunately the right choice, and I think it makes sense that Saul agreed with that.
The hardest choices require
the strongest wills. Yeah, of course.
You know how it be.
She was talking to Vel, and she was like, you can really see how like the toll this is having on her, having to deal with all of this, having them looking at the accounts soon, and she has that 400,000 credit like thing that they could find. It's really just a bad situation, and she's really considering basically just like pawning her daughter away, like giving her daughter away to this random guy and his son. So it's another case of like, do I sacrifice my own child, my child's free will for this rebellion? Do I sacrifice Krigor and his men for this rebellion? Which I think is a really cool parallel, how that's kind of a similar situation with her, and you could really see how that was affecting Mothma, because she was crying. She was basically on the verge of tears just talking to Val and like trying to figure out what to do. I thought that was a really powerful scene. So like it's like every scene has a big purpose and a big like impact on what's happening. A dinner party where Mothma and the guy are talking and they're walking around, you'd think normally, no, that's just nothing. But that had huge plot implications and character implications, which is what I like about this right now. What do you think Mothma will do? Do you think she'll go... I feel like she's going to end up going through with it, and it's going to really... She's really going to not be happy about it, but she's going to do it.
Yeah, it's... because she knew going into this, it's going to be a hard thing to do, and she had the kind of strategy to go about it. But now it's getting out of hand. Now the consequences are falling off of herself and onto her family, on her daughter, which is terrible. I don't even necessarily think that the marriage itself is such a big deal. The daughter they showed is kind of, she likes the traditions of her people, but it's the fact that behind the daughter's back that Mon Mothma is almost it's sullying the marriage. You know, it's happening because, I need money to fund rebels. Like, she doesn't want, like, whether or not she wants her daughter to be in a marriage, and I don't think she even does the arranged stuff. Mothma seems very much against it, but it's more than that. It's the fact that it's because of criminal purposes and stuff like that. She's like, oh my goodness, have I really put myself in a position where I can't even protect my own children?
Yeah.
Which is terrible. And she's brought to tears because of it, which stinks. And it sucks too, because if I was in her position, I wouldn't tell my daughter about it. I would, and her daughter's probably, well, I won't say, like, I could see it easily, her daughter living a good life, never knowing, but it's just harboring that fact, like that the whole marriage is built upon
That's
like,
such a
lies
big
and
thing
sham.
to keep from them.
Exactly. It's gonna be terrible. And we don't even know the kid. The kid might be a sleazebag like his father, or a thug, I think they called her. Or the kid might be cool. So we don't know. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Still,
Really.
like, it takes away the choice, even if he is a cool
position,
guy. The
yeah,
choice
it's
is
the
gone.
position placed upon her mother.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's really interesting. Mon Mothma was just the lady who showed up in front of the rebels.
Yeah.
Now she's this complex individual, which is really, really cool. I'm glad they're doing so much with that character.
That's what I like when they do more about characters. Not when they just are there because, hey, remember this person? And they just stand there, or they shoot stuff, or they talk, or they do it. When it actually adds to the character and makes it better in a significant way, and it makes the other content better if it's supplemental to the other things. Because now, when after all this, and we'll probably see more of her in season 2, I forgot there's already a season 2 of this coming, which I'm very happy about. When you watch episode 4 and you see Mothma standing there, and you see her, it was 6, yeah. But when you see her now, it's like you'll think to this, and you'll think everything that she's gone through to get to this point, and how hard it was for her to even get to this position. So then who knows how the rebellion goes without her. It wouldn't be as good if her whole purpose was just every couple episodes she pokes in and says, here you go, Luthen, here's more money. But, this is getting dangerous. I don't like this. And then she leaves. And then the next episode, here you go, Luthen, here's more money. Instead of that, because they could have easily done that. If people would have been like, yeah, Mon Mothma's in it, that's cool. She's funding the rebellion with her money. But instead, we see what it's doing to her and the personal side of that, and also she's not even getting all of the money. It's a struggle, and I think that makes the fact that she was able to help out so much just makes it better.
Personally too, I like the fact that when I think Star Wars, I'm not going, oh, Mon Mothma, she's one of my favorites.
Right.
I think it's cool to select a character like that, as opposed to people like Boba Fett, let's make him ride a Rancor. That'd be cool, right? No, they're saying,
right.
Hold on, we can make a character. We have the writing ability and the story elements to make a character really cool. Let's do it to Mothma. She's just kind of a side character that people don't really know about. Let's make her into a character that people think are cool. Mm-hmm. And I think that route is much more, I don't know, cooler in my opinion.
It is, I think so. You could say that about even Cassian. He's the main character. He's the most well, I guess he would be the most popular character out of this whole group. But even him is not like, you think Star Wars, you don't think that one guy from Rogue One. It's not. Yeah. I think that goes for all the characters in this, and that's I like that, because it doesn't have to be carried by somebody else showing up. I don't mean showing up, because if you want to have a cool cameo, that's fine, but it's not being, the whole run of the show is not being propped up by, say, Boba Fett, just for example.
Exactly. There's no reliance on past history. We're forging our own news stories, right, which is much better than just saying, you guys used to like Boba Fett, let's put him back in Tatooine. Remember Rancors? He's gonna ride.
Now you'll like him more.
Yeah, which sucks too, because I think that's awesome that Boba Fett rode Rancor.
It is very awesome. It is awesome.
But no, I think it's much better and more compelling seeing stories created.
Yeah. So the Empire is going to allow them to have the funeral, and they're going to give them that street, which is odd because they never would do that. But it's all part of the ISB's plan, I guess, to get the people in one area. Maybe what do they think, that Cassian's going to show up? But that's going to be part of the plan. That's supposedly in 2 days is the funeral. That scene with Brasso and B2, I wasn't expecting that scene to be as heartfelt as it was. B2, the whole time he's been kind of just been oh, he's the side droid, that his Cassian's droid, he's Marva's droid, whatever. But that little scene, and then the scene last episode with him, I thought did a good amount for his, to make him more of a character instead of just a background droid. But just seeing how much he cared about Marva, because droids, droids have feelings, and droids are sentient and whatnot. So I don't know. I thought that was a cool scene, just seeing the way he reacted and how he just wanted Brasso to stay because he just wanted company because he was alone now, and there was nobody there for him. So I don't know. I just thought that was a cool scene. I wanted to shout that out.
Yeah, they had a couple of heartwarming scenes, and then the end, of course, where Cassian learns about Marva's, not Martha. Why did you say that name?
Why'd you say that name?
Yeah, and then he kept it inside. That was cool. It's kind of a cool shift to where, because last episode there was, I think the saddest scene was when Kino didn't make it out, but it didn't feel the same way as these ones. These ones felt a little
we're more attached to Marva.
solemn, I think. Yeah, a little more. I don't know. But it's cool to see them hitting all those tones and creating all those feelings. Yeah. I think that's powerful. And from a droid, too.
Yeah, that's
I'm like,
crazy.
oh, who are we going to use to have a big emotional scene? Droids!
Droid
like,
and
who says
friend.
that?
Yeah.
But they pulled it off, which is awesome.
I mean, that's the power of droids in Star Wars. They're sentient. They have emotions and feelings and all that. So, it works. It's crazy how, like, we go from, like, a big kind of triumphant escape ending of an episode, and then in this episode we have, like, a sad... Well, that wasn't the end of last episode, but the overall feeling of that episode was mostly, like, a triumphant... call to arms escape, and then this one, I don't know, the ending just really kind of made it sad, and the way he didn't tell the other guy. He was like, yeah, everything's fine. Like, he just silently, he didn't even answer, he just walked away, and he just stared into the sunset as they split up, which also was sad. I don't know why. Like, this guy is barely there at all. He was in the last couple episodes, but for some reason, them two splitting up because they know they have to, because there's a higher chance that they get out to spread the word about this prison. That was sad too. It's probably because for him, at least, like, that's a person to be around. Now he just learned how his mom died, and now he's completely alone, and he has no clue what to do. So it's just a lot that's on him right now, and I think that moment at the end is cool, especially him just like looking out into the sunset, parallels his death in Rogue One. I don't know, just that whole thing was just really good.
Yeah, it's crazy too, because you complete a heist, and then you have so much money, then you're living off that. You think you made it out, then you get sent to prison.
He
learn that prison is for forever. Break out, and then you're like, dang, it's still not done. I'm having to go out, warn people. My mom just passed away. It's like something you can't get away from, which is. Yeah, that's an underlying theme too that just adds to it. Even with his buddy, I think it was like Miley or something like that.
Something.
But even him, we don't really know his past, but he just broke out of a prison. A lot of his dudes or his buddies from prison are now dead, including Kino, or maybe not Kino, but left behind. And now him dead, too he too is like, dang, I can't just hide here. I have to split up. This needs to be heard. This needs to be spread, whatever it takes.
Yeah, because if they're together and they get caught, they're screwed. But if they're split up, one gets caught, the other has a chance to, I mean, it's what you got to do. We got the Bix scene. That didn't look good. Though she, like, could barely... She was standing with her head on the wall. She couldn't, like... She had to be held up. She wouldn't speak. Like, that looked like it really messed her up. And they probably did it multiple times, too. So... I hope she's not, like, stuck like that. That would be, like, a super dark ending for her character. I mean, there is a second season, so we don't know. But that's really, I mean, that's wild. Think about how many people that's happening to in different forms and methods all across the galaxy. She could barely, like, stand. That's how bad that was.
They showed the picture of Krigor, and they asked, "Oh, is this Axis?" And then I don't know if it's that she literally physically couldn't speak, or the fact that she knew, wow, even if I tell the truth, I'm still going to get tortured because it's not the answers they want to hear. And then, but yeah, she just bows her head, starts crying. And it's, that's I like the reminders of who's the bad guys, like how evil the Empire actually is. So that's crazy.
And like earlier they were like, oh, it'll be practice for us, just because they wanted to
board the ship. Unreasonable search and seizures.
So they are the bad guys still, guys.
The
rebellion is a lot more gray.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah, we kind of talked about it already. I still don't know how I feel about him. Just let me just destroy this tractor beam and run away. Why write it like that? We have tractor beams in Star Wars already, and there's no way to beat them. Why would he be the only one? Like, this to me is saying that Luthen, maybe he is, but this is telling me that he is a better scoundrel pilot than a Han Solo, which I don't like.
I wouldn't say that, because it didn't appear that Han Solo had that device on the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah,
or
why not?
Was even able to. Well, I mean, this seems to be like a relatively new thing, and that ship is
and Han Solo comes after him.
That ship in universe is considered like kind of a clunker. You know, it's considered like by others, it's kind of considered like just a junk heap or whatever. So, you know, maybe like not everybody has this technology. Just because the technology exists doesn't mean that everybody will be able to have access to it.
I agree, but if you're someone who's smuggling and comes into tractor beams a lot, here's my main issue too. My main issue isn't that Han Solo doesn't have this. It's the fact that, well, then why not just write something else? Why not just make it, TIE fighters surrounded him and they're going to board his ship. Now he escapes the TIE fighters. Why does it have to be a tractor beam? I feel like it unnecessarily raises concerns. Maybe I'm the only one. But I just know that I wouldn't be like this if it just wasn't a tractor beam. If it was an Imperial blockade and he something out and he was like, I'll shoot the doors and it'll open for me and I'll run right out. But I don't know, just left a sour taste.
That, but I doubt that a device like this would have done anything at all to the Death Star tractor beam. Like it could pull them in from such a distance. There's probably tractor beams like around the whole circumference of it that these little tiny, they would do absolutely nothing to the Death Star. I feel like that would absolutely be the case.
And then Chewie would go, oh, and Han would be like, I know we have the technology, but there's no beating these beams.
There's no beating these beams, Chewie.
They don't say. And the braggart that Han Solo is, he would definitely mention that he knows how to break out if he did. And if there was a technology, I don't know.
Maybe it's just like a super rare type of thing.
But why do I have to go through these hurdles to explain this? Just write something else, Disney. I feel like they're always making, like from The Last Jedi. She's going to hyper beam destroy everything.
Yeah, I get that.
There's hyper beam tracking now.
But also at the same time, it's like you get to a point where they just start explaining everything. And you're kind of just like, all right, well, can you let me like figure some of this stuff out on my own instead of just this is this, you know? So sometimes, like, I get that, but I think also sometimes it's good to just kind of, because it's not impossible, and it's not like egregious, you know what I mean? Because you can explain it in a way that would make sense in universe. So I don't think that makes it like awful. Like, I get what you're saying, and I still think they probably could have done something with it. But
I'm not saying this is continuity
terrible. Hyperspace doesn't work like that.
I agree, but I am saying like, well, why even go this? Like, it's not like they're writing the stories, you know. So I don't know. That's just one thing that stuck out to me.
Yeah.
And I think I'm being so picky because everything else is so good.
Yeah.
Or that there hasn't been anything
find
like
something
this.
that really.
So yeah, when it throws me out, I get upset. But
I think that also could be a good way to, because like this ship is, the entire purpose of that ship is to be like a tractor beam, is to like suck it. So if it's like where they destroyed the Malevolence. The whole point of the Malevolence was that big cannon. So they were able to find a way to take that out, essentially neutralizing the ship. So I think that's kind of the same scenario here, where he was able to do that, because that seemed like the whole purpose of the ship. And maybe that's
big dishes.
Maybe that is why on the Death Star there's not 5,000 little dishes on the side that are pulling stuff in, because it's like, oh, well, they can just destroy those with that thing. Maybe they learn from this. Maybe I don't remember seeing that ship anywhere else. I don't know if you have, but
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
They said what it was. I forget.
Yeah, they did. It had a name.
Yeah, droid,
but I don't exactly remember.
I think that's everything.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's only one episode left in the season. That is just That's wild. But I mean, we are getting a season 2. I completely forgot about that. The last couple episodes, I was thinking like the end of this would be like the end of the story. I'm like, how's he gonna get to the rebel? But then I realized they already have a season 2. They have
season
this whole
2
story
at least.
So, but yeah, let us know what you thought about this episode. Make sure to check the playlist down below where you can watch all of our other reactions to every other episode of Andor, including the finale coming very soon from when this has gone live. So make sure you stick around for that. Thank you guys for watching, and we will talk to you in the next one. Goodbye.